Hey Shane, what are you playing?
I'm playing Monopoly on the Switch. It's like I'm actually playing Tabletop Simulator.
Well, remember when I threw your trash VR machine away in the last episode?
You know, Derek, I think it's a bad idea to put continuity in the show.
Well, it turns out the trash has come to life, so grab a zapper and come with me.
What do you mean grab a zapper? What are you talking about?
Because today on Ninchronicles, we're going to talk about Eco Shooter.
Who are you talking to?
Welcome to Eco Shooter, Plant 530, a WiiWare game released worldwide in 2009. Developed by Intelligent Systems, this game puts you in the shoes of Mack, a recycling enthusiast and employee of Plant 530. The world's cans are being taken over by an alien race known as the Cannoids, and Mack has the eco-friendly know-how to give these space invaders an inconvenient truth: that Earth is not theirs for the taking. I suppose I'll start by explaining why I'm saying 530 and not 530. In Japan, Eco Shooter's name is swapped around and called 530 Eco Shooter. Just like the catchy theme song says, this is pronounced Go Me Zero Eco Shooter, with Go, Me, and Zero meaning 530. Gom Zero Eco Shooter. And on top of that, Gomi also means trash. Put it together and we've got Zero Trash Eco Shooter. Talk about wordplay. Where's that number play? Since the US version of the game doesn't have the numbers in the song, the closest we could call it is 530. Although personally, I think 530 fits the beat perfectly. 530 Eco Shooter. Alright, now that the math lesson is out of the way, what exactly is Eco Shooter? No, this isn't a game about shooting friendly dolphins. It's an on-rail shooter of you versus an army of possessed alien cans. I bet you'll be giving a second look to that can of carrots in the cupboard now. Can't even trust my own pantry anymore. The developers behind this title explained that they wanted to create a first-person shooter that didn't have the standard violent overtones, so they picked enemy cans to create a more, gentler theme. Being a shooter on the Wii, Nintendo has emphasized the use of the Wii Zapper shell when you play this game. The simplicity of the controls lends itself really well, as there's really only 2 buttons you'll be using. I found myself playing better without it, but if you want to feel like you're in the middle of the invasion, hey, the option's there for you. You'll notice that there's no health bar in Eco Shooter. Everything hinges on your ammo, also called can energy. If you take a hit, you lose CE, and once you're out, it's game over. Now here's where the gameplay twist kicks in. Beat up any creatures or cans and they'll drop ammo that comes in a variety of different sizes for you to vacuum up. What it boils down to is that you're recycling your own ammo and getting more than you started with. Nice. Be careful with the vacuum button though, it'll overheat if you leave it on for too long. Just give it a chance to cool down before using it again. Depending on your mastery of these type of games, you can find that there's another layer of challenge to it. When you smack the cans around a few times, they'll pop in the air. Crush them here before they hit the ground to rack up more ammo. And if you're a real sharpshooter and get a 50 kill streak, the game will be impressed and give you a... Now, me, I'm not so good at being patient, so I typically turbo fire a lot. The Cannoids can sense if you're playing at a lower skill level and keep things nice and easy for you. Meanwhile, if you're aggressively combative, they'll adapt and send out their fiercest attacks against you. To be honest, this little tidbit isn't mentioned anywhere in the tutorial or the manual. I only found out about it when I watched the developer interview for the game. Eco Shooter is split up into 3 levels that, as per conventional standards, accumulate in a boss fight. Things get a little hasty here as you only have a limited time to trash these tin cans. The bosses actually have 2 phases to them, a shell phase and a core phase. During the shell phase, you need to hit the boss's weak points to reveal the core. As far as I can tell, the flashing red means it's a weak point, and the flashing blue means it's about to be knocked off. The core phases are always these red cans with a protective layer of more cans on them. Wait for the shield to orbit around the middle, and that's when you're safe to start blasting it. The more damage you do, the more the layer goes away until the boss is finally reduced to rubble. After beating the game, the challenge mode opens up. This time around, you'll be doing all 3 stages one after the other. Your can energy carries over between each level, so if you're playing particularly poorly during a boss fight, you might be in trouble later on. And that about wraps it up for Eco Shooter. You can snag this game on the Wii Shop for 1,000 points if you'd like an interesting take on the rail shooter genre. You know, just as long as you don't mind that it's a little short, there's no multiplayer, and the enemies get recycled a ton. Watch out, Hogan's Alley. I bet you'll be giving a second look to that can of mushrooms in the cupboard now. I bet you'll be giving a second look to that can of chili peppers in the cupboard now. I bet you'll be giving a second look to that can of peaches in the cupboard now. Bet you'll be giving a second look to that can of beans in the cupboard now. I bet you'll be giving a second look to that can of tuna in the cupboard now. I bet you'll be giving a second look to that can of onions in the cupboard now. I bet you'll be giving a second look to that can of honey in the cupboard now. I bet you'll be giving a second look to that can of oil in the cupboard now.